is Dabu 7. We have the largest private sector nurses strike in U.S. history kicking off today, with thousands of workers in hospitals across Minnesota, Wisconsin, and what could soon be other states joining. They're all demanding better working conditions and higher wages. So the strikes have been ongoing for the past year. Employees reporting to be exhausted and struggling to keep up with price rises. And we have this 3-day nurses stoppage going into effect from today, and it will last until Thursday morning. So there's people out in the streets right now holding signs bearing the message or messages such as patience before profits. And they've got people gathering in groups in front of different locations. So hospitals are planning to continue to provide care, albeit with possible disruptions. You can expect to see these people protesting at 16 different affected hospitals at least. And remember, this is across 2 different states here. Right now, in Minnesota, they're saying that nurses are overwhelmed, hospitals understaffed, and patients are being overcharged. So this is another aspect of things shutting down in this country. We have the railroad talking about the same thing. Look at the timing of everything. And what's it all doing? It's all feeding into shutting down this country, which is exactly what they are doing by design. I'll leave links below. Join me for the live streams Monday, Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern, right here on Dabu 777. Much love, y'all.
Hey, Shalom Akim, Shalom. First thing and foremost, I'm going to give all praises and glory and honor as due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakodash. Give me 1 second, I'm trying to put something in the office. And the other, I'd like to give double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone. Peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect, knows in this gospel, bro, lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. This is a quick lesson through the spirit by a guy by the name of Dr. 7. Like I said, he puts out informative videos, things that we can filter through the prophecies, through the scriptures, so to speak, and get some insight and understanding on where the world is headed. Okay, if you paid attention to this video, basically, man, he's going into how these nurses are having a strike based on work and life balance and, you know, charging patients. I mean, honestly speaking, the hospital, that's the biggest ripoff, right along with the college system or with the school system. It's the biggest ripoff in the fucking country, man. I know that for a fact because last year when I got into my accident, I was right in between my gigs and my insurance had just expired on the end of that month, and I got into the accident 2 days later, and my new insurance policy hadn't picked up yet. So I just went in there for a CAT scan and just get looked at, and I got hit with a $23,000 fucking bill, man. And I was literally in there for like 15 minutes. Okay, and the thing of it is, they collections call you, they're harassing you, which technically that collection shit is illegal anyway, because what happens is when you owe a debt, what happens is that they charge it off. So they already paid for it. It's already a secure debt, so it's already paid for. But see, this is what Esau do. He send these loan sharks after you, or these venoms out, these vipers after you to try to collect more money when technically that bill has been paid. Okay, because if you go years without any credit cards or any debt, your debt falls off and it just resets back to you know, like to not having credit, so you can rebuild it up. And this is what they don't tell you. Okay, it's kind of like what they call like the Jubilee year. Like every 7 years, your debt is supposed to be forgiven. And Esau honors that to a certain degree, but it just depends, man, you know. But overall, people are getting fed up with the work situation, okay? Because, like I said, people are overwhelmed. You know, they're not getting paid enough money to take on the jobs, to take the abuse, to take the mental degradation that these employers are putting on them. And people getting sick of it, man. You know, so this is why employers, they're pretty much hiring anybody and people are getting away with murder, and they're offering extra pay because people don't want to work no more. And you can see why, because I mean, shit, working is very oppressive, you know? So this is an article right here, and it shows you that there's not going to be any more work for Egypt in the immediate future. This thing is getting ready to really shut down because people, like I said, man, they don't have any type of balance or any work and lifestyle balance, and people are getting fed up with the madness. Okay, so it says about 15,000 nurses in Minnesota walk off the job Monday to protest understaffing and overwork. And see, what happens is, like we've made mention, I've made mention about you have 60% of the labor force. Okay, 60% of the labor force. And that means you have 40% of the people that's doing all the work. You see what I'm saying? And it's putting pressure. I mean, Salakia, you have 60% of the labor force. So that means that you have 60% of the people doing the extra 40% of the work. Okay, because the jobs are understaffed. Nobody wants to go back to work. People got the PPP loans. People have got money every week off the work share program. People was pretty much, they was doing good without having to come in and deal with oppression, deal with working overtime, dealing with not seeing their families, and people, they're tired of it, man. And it's going to get worse. Okay, and the nursing field is a lucrative career because every typical woman, which this is going to be a blowback for a lot of you simpletons out there, mainly you women that really hold your careers in high regard. Basically what happens is nursing is a very lucrative field, and that's the first thing you talk to a fucking woman. She says, I'm going to be a nurse, RN, traveling RN, which RN is a registered nurse. I want to travel. I want to do this and this and this and that, or I want to be what they call a medical assistant, because that's a common field for women. Women make up a majority of the nursing field. Okay. But it says 15,000 nurses in Minnesota walk off the job Monday to protest understaffing and overwork, making the largest strike of the private sector nurses in U.S. history. It says, slated to last 3 days, the strike spotlights nationwide nursing shortages exacerbated by the you-know-what that often result in the patients not receiving adequate care. It says tensions remain high between nurses and healthcare administrators across the country, and there are signs that work stoppages could spread to other states. And I hope so, man, because honestly, man, you people in America, man, the only thing you really care about is going to your goddamn jobs, okay, being a slave for this system. Here, everything around you is falling. They're getting ready to set up the new world order. The digital tokens are ready to roll out. World War III is imminent, okay? The riots are speeding up. People are dying left and right, okay? The inclement weather, you got fucking inclement weather out there in New York. I believe it's like a surrounding suburb of the state of New York. Okay, flash flooding at an all-time high. Okay, earthquakes hitting a magnitude of 8.0 on a Richter scale. Fucking megaquakes. And yeah, you dummies are fascinated with a fucking 9 to 5, man. Excuse my French. But it just aggravates me to see that you people are so damn docile and low. Okay, I can't stand working for this man, and it's the worst thing because you on his time, on his payroll. He gets to dictate what you supposed to do. No, man. But it says Minnesota nurses charge that some units go without a lead nurse on duty, and that nurses fresh out of school are delegated assignments typically held by more experienced nurses across some 16 hospitals where strikes are expected. It says the nurses are demanding a role in the staffing plans, changes to shift scheduling practices, and higher wages. But shit, nurses get paid good money though, But it says, I can't give my patients the care they deserve, said Chris Rubisek, the vice president of the Minnesota Nurses Association and a nurse at Essential Health in Duluth. It says, call lights go unanswered. Patients will only be waiting a few seconds or minutes if they've soiled themselves and oxygen came unplugged or they need to go to the bathroom, but that can take 10 minutes or more. It says those things that can't wait. But it says Paul, whatever the hell that last name is, a spokesman for the Twin Cities Hospital Group, which represents the 4 hospital systems where nurses are striking in the Minneapolis, St. Paul area, said that the nurses union did not do everything it could to avoid a strike. It says nurses have steadfastly refused to go to mediation, and their choices is to strike. The strike is on the nurses. But it says Connie Biggerson, a spokeswoman for Alina Health, Another hospital system in the Twin Cities where nurses are on strikes said rushing to a strike before exhausting all options, such as engaging a neutral federal mediator, does not benefit our employees, patients, or the communities we serve. Okay, and I remember they was firing a lot of those people that didn't even get the you-know-what. Okay, and they was protesting that too. Okay, but it says hospitals facing strikes have been recruiting traveling nurses from across the region and plan to maintain staffing levels during the strike. Though they are preparing for a reduced operation, according to some, the hospital groups are facing the strike activity, okay? So, it says here, the United States still not recovering to its pre-pandemic levels, down 37,000 workers compared with February 2020, okay? So people, man, they're getting ready to walk off the job. They called it the Great Resignation. Okay, and I ain't gonna lie, I feel like resigning from my job every goddamn day. I know a lot of Jakes feel that way, man, because your spirit is just not in it no more. Okay, it's not even worth it, man. You're just doing it to, honestly speaking, you're really just doing it because shit, you have to do it, you know, and you have to maintain some type of how can I say it, some daily bread, so to speak, man. You know, you pay your bills for the time being, but overall, man, people, they're not caring about working. They're not caring about dealing with the oppressive fashions of the society, man. It's a lot. I got distracted. There's a lot of bugs in this light. But anyway, got a couple precepts here, because this is a long article, man, and I can post it in the description. But it says, have cows and tired pigs. Families are buying meat in bulk to save money. It says the union's wage demands remain at 29% and 30% increases over 3 years, which were told them is unrealistic and unaffordable. It says, noting that the average Minnesota nurse makes $80,960 a year. It says contracts expired in May and June, and the union has been in negotiation since March. And I'm gonna tell you about that union. That union is a straight up ripoff, man. Okay, because you got to pay union dues even before you get the benefits. Depending on how many hours you put in, hey man, it takes some time to really see your benefits, man. You know, that's why a lot of people are resorting to civil work, city work, you know, all these other particular aspects of work because, hey, you know, they get benefits on the spot. You see, fucking spider in here. Anyway, I ain't gonna kill it. He's kind of big though. But anyway, getting to the precept. This is the book of Isaiah, the 19th chapter. Matter of fact, nope. Let's go here. Sirach 4, and I'm gonna start at verses 1. It says, "My son, defraud not the living of his." It says, "My son, defraud not the poor of his living." Okay, and who's the poor? You Negro, Latino, Native American, the Hebrew Israelite that the Bible talks about. It says, "And make not the needy eyes to wait long." It says, "Make not a hungry soul sorrowful, neither provoke a man into his distress." In these jobs, man, they're demanding more and more work, but they're not going up on wages or pay. Okay, you know, they steady increasing the hardship on people, and they're threatening to fire your ass, man, and challenge your unemployment. Okay, but people, they're getting tired of it. They don't want to deal with this shit anymore. And it says here, "Make not a hungry soul sorrowful, neither provoke a man in his distress, and add not more trouble to a heart that is vexed, and defer not to give him that is in need." Okay, so hey, when you defer something, that means that you're putting it off. Okay, you know, so if somebody needs something and you have it, then you give it to them. Okay, you don't just hold it over their head and say, well, hey man, I'm gonna exploit you for this and that. And that's what Esau does. Okay, because hey, he's a devil, he's a demon. Okay, and that's all he knows is how to oppress. Okay, Esau, hey, as long as he's oppressing you, he's okay with that, man. Okay, but when he's not oppressing you, like the scriptures say, hey, they lose sleep if they're not doing wickedness, man. Okay, so if he haven't done nothing wicked, he's literally losing sleep, because in order for him to thrive, he has to engage in wickedness and evil, because that's what he's founded on. Okay, that's what this man is about. He's a demon. And it says here, "Turn not away thy eye from the needy." Now it says, "Reject not the supplication of the afflicted, neither turn away thy face from the poor man." Okay, and Esau, he's done this. Okay, because hey, he's not trying to offer Jake. The average Jake in America make what, 30-something, 34,000, 36,000 a year. That ain't no money, man. That ain't no money that anybody can live off of. Okay, and it reads here, and it says, "And reject not the supplication of the afflicted, neither turn away thy face from the poor man, and turn not thy eye away from the needy, and give him none occasion to curse thee. For if he cursed thee in the bitterness of his soul, his prayer should be heard of him that made him. Okay, so hey, you employers, you jobs, man, this shit is through. Okay, nobody gonna be looking forward to going to work in a short while. Okay, because like I said, inflation is at 9%. In the UK, they predicted over 19% inflation, man. That's 10% more than what we got. So you think people are gonna work these bullshit jobs? Because see, what happens is when you have inflation or you have economy fluctuations, what the employee is supposed to do, they're supposed to match that and then some. So if we face 9% inflation, your company's supposed to at least give you off the rip 15, 16%, okay? They have to match that inflation and give you an extra 5 or 6%, so you can have some wiggle room for a bad day. But see, they want to put you right at the cusp. Like, let's just say back in 2016, you made, in the state of Missouri, you made $15 an hour, all right? You probably could make it off that back in 2016, 2015. All right, you probably could do relatively good. But see, today, making $23, $24 an hour, that's still equivalent to 16, 17 bucks an hour. Still the same fucking thing, okay? It's just because they give you more paycheck, but the money is not, it's not traversing long like it was. You know how like they say, oh, my money long. No, you make $30 an hour, it's just like making $17 an hour a couple of years ago, okay? Because inflation, you see? And that's gonna cause a lot of people to lose it. Okay, so this is the book of Isaiah 19, and a lot of people are gonna ride behind this. They're gonna go after these particular employers, man, these judges, lawyers. People are tired of it, you know, and we feel it every day. But this is the book of Isaiah 19, and I'm gonna start at 14. It says, the Lord hath mangled a perverse spirit in the midst of Babylon. It says, they have caused Egypt to earn every work thereof. Every work. Okay, every work that you see. Okay, Egypt is erring right now. Why? Because Yahweh Shai, hey man, he's stirring up a spirit of perverseness here. And people are getting to the point that they're tired of playing. Okay, they're realizing that this system is not for them. And the prophets, we've been warning you. And it says here, it caused Egypt to earn every work as a drunken man staggering in his vomit. Neither should there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail or branch or rush may do. Okay, so hey, your job economies, your situations are going to be shut down. Okay, no ifs, ands, or buts. Yahweh Shai has the number on Babylon the Great. And it says here, and Egypt should be like unto women, and it should be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand of the Lord of hosts, which he should shake it over it. Okay, and you go down to the next verse. It says Judah is basically a terror to Egypt, and this is why you got all these niggas out here robbing, snatching, and grabbing, shooting rappers, man, at the expense because, hey, shit, Jake is hurting. You got someone just called the Kia Boys, 12-year-old boys snatching, stealing Kias, running them head-on collisions with semi-trucks, man, getting plummeted. It's crazy. There's a perverse spirit here, you know. But anyway, brothers, man, that's pretty much it. Giving all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Shai. And with that, Shalom and a Baba Shalom.